Previously on Talk That Talk.
But I always looked at it from you in a D9 organization. Most of y'all are free, so
but that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not it.
Because Rick, you can speak from that perspective better than I can. So go ahead.
That's not it. The problem with it is these D9 organizations are tied to tradition, bro. We are not going to ever get away from that. Like people used to always say, the Qs don't step, they hop. You imagine if we went out there doing all this stuff that the Sigmas do and all this mess that the Alphas do? If we went out there and did all that mess at Homecoming Step Show, we would not be able to show our face at the tailgate the next day. The old bros will be up there on our ass. Like traditional stuff. And the same thing happens at PV with KK Side TBS. They come up with these super creative hops, but in the middle of the show, they always go to one of them traditional daddies for the old heads. Because so if they're doing that as a fraternity and sorority that's not even built on that, and we, Omegas, we created stepping, so it's like we got to do what the old bros tell us, like expect. Like you have to fit into that mold. And I think that people have a perception of that. And then that's not to mention organizations like at Norfolk State that weren't popular. Like remember back in the day, the flamethrowers used to step, and Pi Gamma Psi used to step. My chapter of Phi Mu Alpha, we wasn't about that. We ain't stepping my chapter. I think they do now, but back then we was like, man, that's not what we about. We about getting this money and getting this music made. When we started that chapter of Phi Mu Alpha, you looked in our chapter, there were stars from all across the department in there. That was what we were about. So that's what, we didn't focus on the stepping at all. So I think the traditional side of it really holds a lot of chapters back. I think it does. Like, and the telltale of this is as soon as Alex Blake said, you know what? I love Omega. I was Alex Stepmaster when he was online. I taught him everything I knew. And Alex was like, I love Omega, but I want to win it then. I want to get my gold boots. Because in our chapter, y'all, you don't get your gold boots unless you we found out it was Step in the Homecoming Step Show, but we thought it was Win the Homecoming Step Show. So Alex was like, I love it, but I need to change it up. And Alex added a couple of things here and there that still look like the bros. And that was the first group from Pi Gamma that won a step show since 1996. It took almost 20 years. So, tradition can really hold you back. And the same thing happens with band.